I keep the lights on when I leave, just in case you wanna see me. Come over, I'm on one, not sober, I'm on one.
Matthew Stafford is a top 6 quarterback in the league. What has he done besides throw jump balls to Calvin Johnson? What has he done? He's got a new uniform now? So they're going to put him at number 8? Matthew Stafford out the list. Just take him out the list and you can throw Kirk Cousins there. Even at number 10. I'd still put him above. No, I'll leave him at number 10.
You walked in, you're going to sit here and tell me you picked Kirk Cousins over Matthew Stafford to come out of the goddamn tunnel with you, Borba? Are we being serious?
Yeah, dude. Matthew Stafford hasn't really beat.
That's like that Max Killer Manigua
Vikings like twice.
Matthew Stafford has kept an entire organization from being sold out of Detroit. The city of Detroit lives on Matthew Stafford. They eat because of Matthew Stafford. They still have a lion as a logo because of Matthew Stafford. That's slander that you're putting on him, Borba, just to defend Kirk Cousins? What are we doing?
No.
Can't make me miss her, no way. Can't make me miss her, no way. Can't make me miss her, no way. I keep the lights on when I leave, just in case you wanna see me. Come over, I'm on one, not sober, I'm on one. Get closer, I'm on one. I keep the lights on when I leave, just in case you wanna see me. Come over, I'm on one, not sober, I'm on one. Get closer, I'm on one, yeah.
Good morning. It is 8:47 on 9/20, Monday, 2021. I could not take off my jersey because it feels so good to get a W. It feels so goddamn good. And not only the way we want it, just getting the W in general. Like, it feels like it's been so long. Last year was such a dreadful year. Last year hurt so bad. But now this year, we got a new team. It seems like I said last week, the defense has improved. How much has it improved is still to be determined, but it's improved, which is important. But before I start talking about the Cowboys and before I go off about how amazing that W was, even though it was only by 3 points and by a field goal, and there was a bit of miscommunication there at the end on whether or not we should keep moving the ball down or take no risk, kind of run the clock down and end up kicking the field goal like we did. I was nervous as hell given what our kicker did last week. But let's talk about a little bit on what that countdown has about Matthew Stafford and JB taking Kirk Cousins over him. The intro says it nice and clear. There's no way, absolutely no way you're going to take Kirk Cousins over Matthew Stafford. No way. I mean, look at everything that Kirk Cousins has, and yet still hasn't delivered. Granted, was that field goal his fault? No, it wasn't. But you got to do better, though. You still got to do better, and you got to be the best player on your team. And right now, he's not. Dalvin Cook is the best player on that team, and they fed him the ball as they should, and they gave him a chance to win. But most importantly, the guy that I was talking about is the guy you want to bring out the tunnel with you, and that's that man named Matthew Stafford. They almost kind of blew this win here that they had, or the lead they had there. They won 27-24 against the Indianapolis Colts. It would have been nice to see Carson Wentz drive down there. On that final drive, he did get hurt with the ankle injury. I don't know what the report is on it just yet. I believe right now it's just a hurt ankle. So he potentially could come back next week. They're going to need him, though, because, as I read on yesterday's show let me pull this up real quick. Their schedule going forward does not, it's not in their favor. So if you don't have Carson Wentz, you're really kind of stretching, hoping that Jacoby Brissett or the young rookie is going to perform for him. So if I'm a Colts fan, I'm nervous as shit, especially knowing that Carson Wentz is hurt. So let's see what they got here. So they just played the Rams. They got LL right now, and then they played Tennessee. Tennessee looked pretty good yesterday. It seems like they finally found a groove. Keep feeding that guy Derrick Henry, and the passing game is going to open up as it did. Even though you got to force it sometimes, give it to your best player. There's a reason he is your best player. Matthew Stafford, 19 for 30, only threw 30 times. That means that they were running the ball consistently. Henderson's had 13 rushes, 53 yards and a touchdown. Not too shabby. The problem with the Colts right now, I didn't know, like when I was watching the game, I was trying to see whether or not it was the fact that Carson Wentz really doesn't have any weapons right now. T.Y. Hilton isn't playing, or if it's the offensive line. Is he not getting any time back there? It seems like it's a combination of both right now. Like, they're definitely missing T.Y. Hilton for sure, and they need more weapons, or these receivers need to step up and perform. But the thing is Carson Wentz is back there scrambling his ass off. I mean, the guy can't catch a break. It's like he left Philly where he was getting attacked every single play just to go to Indianapolis where we thought the offensive line was ready, rejuvenated, and ready to make a run into the Super Bowl. Granted, they are hurt. I mean, one guy is coming off an ankle repair, similar to what Carson Wentz had. But the good thing about Carson Wentz's injury is that it's not the same foot that he had surgery on. So that's the bright side to that. But still, the offensive line isn't performing right now, and that's a lot of the reason why they're losing these last two games. I mean, they might have won if Carson Wentz got that final drive, which would have been interesting. But it's a big what if. Now, what if they lose next week? What if they lose the following week? It's going to be a tough schedule, but got to keep your eye on Carson Wentz. You got to assume that offensive line is going to come into one. I don't see them winning next week, but I could see them pulling out a W. So they're going to go 0-3 in my opinion. And then they're Miami. I could see them beating them, especially after the way they look. Tua is out, so they got to go to their backup. Let go of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Might have been the dumbest thing they could have done. But then they got Baltimore, so they got to get that win for sure. For sure. Damn, the Colts schedule's rough as hell, man. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough as hell. Let's see. All right. Let's move on, man. Damn, Colts. I feel bad for you, Kevin. I'm so sorry, man. It looks like it's going to be a rough fucking year for you guys. That can't be that exciting. But hopefully you guys pull some of those off. I do want to see Wentz kind of, blow a kiss at Philly and have a good season. But let's talk about this wonderful jersey here. And along with his teammate, number 20, Tony Pollard. I know a bunch of dumb Cowboy fans that are thinking, oh, Tony Pollard's better than Ezekiel Elliott. Fucking relax. It's a duo. It's okay to have two awesome running backs, and that's what Dallas has right now. That's what Tony Pollard is showing. He had over 100 yards. Zeke only had roughly around 70, 80 yards. Over 100 yards rushing. The one thing that I will say about Tony Pollard, he does look way faster than Ezekiel Elliott. His boom, off the line. Boom, off the edge. I mean, he looks amazing. The one thing about Zeke, I think the excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm over here studying. God damn, this coffee's getting to me. But I think the great thing about that duo is Tony Pollard's got the speed. Ezekiel Elliott's got the power. Ezekiel Elliott can turn it up, though, whenever. From what Mike McCarthy said is that this team is going to utilize Zeke, preparing him for the long term of the season. So we're going to see a lot of these shares. So for your fantasy owners like myself that did draft Zeke in the first round, we might see a little bit of downfall on the numbers, but when it matters, here towards the end in the playoffs, when we get to about week 13, 14, 15, when you're in playoffs in fantasy, expect Zeke to get more of the workload, and he's going to be healthier. He's going to be smoother. He's not going to be fatigued. So if you're a fantasy owner, I feel like you're excited about it. Don't feed Zeke the rock that much right now, because in the backstretch, we're going to see results. That's the bright side to that, okay? Dak Prescott didn't throw as many times, which is great. I said if he had to throw over 40 times, we were probably going to lose that game. We're getting back to our identity, and that's running the ball, and I'm glad we have two guys that we can hand it to. It's perfect right now. Perfect. I love what I see in Dallas. Defensively, though, this is what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about we see improvement, we see improvement. How much is it? I don't know, but it's enough to see it. We lost Randy Gregory due to COVID, and DeMarcus Lawrence broke his foot. So we were definitely shorthanded. But the rookie, Micah Parsons, showed up. The amount of pressures this guy had last night or yesterday afternoon had me on my toes. It almost felt like he was going to get a sack every play. It felt like he was being held every play. And in that game, it was a fuckery game, right? Like the first half, I felt like we were getting fucked. In the third quarter, I felt like they were getting fucked. In the fourth quarter, we were both getting fucked. Like the refs were slowing this game down. They were making it kind of boring. It was hard to get. It was hard. Like you would get amped up, and then the refs, it was flag, and it'd bring us back down. And it was like, God damn. It seemed like the game was taking longer. But it doesn't matter, though. We won. It feels good. The defense has improved. Malik Cook. Oh, my God. I was so pumped. Oh, man. KZ, Malik Hooker coming up and smack at the line. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I keep saying that we need at the safety position. The safety position is your dog. That is going to be the heart, on most teams, the heart of the defense, because he's your killer. He's the one that you need to come up to the line and smack a running back for a loss. That's what we need from him. And that's what we got yesterday. It was beautiful to see. Guys, we're seeing improvement in Dallas. If you're not hyped up as much as me, then get a coffee in you. It's time to get lined up, or go to Tate Branch, Roswell on 2nd Street, buy a new car, be excited about the rest of your day. Go check them out. Let's move on here. What do we got now? Let's talk about the Browns flirting with a potential loss there. Man, the Browns, this is kicker win. Cowboys been cursed with kicking. Oh yeah, man, I was a little tore up. I was nervous on that kick. I was 100% nervous. I was confused why they weren't going for it. I mean, why we weren't trying to get it closer. It was a confusing drive, but I'm just glad we got it done. He redeemed himself. He's not getting fired. I don't want to see him get fired. But I definitely don't want to see him cost us games like he did in week 1. We could easily be 2-0, but it's easy to say that. We're 1-1. We keep it moving. But the Browns flirting with potential losses. Like the one thing that I was thinking about yesterday is there's a reason that spreads aren't like they are in college football, right? When Alabama plays someone, it's like minus 35 favorite. You don't ever see that in the NFL, and there's a fucking reason for it. It's because there's professionals on the other side of the line of scrimmage that obviously have talent. Whenever people like me that don't play at that level, not even close to that level, when we say someone sucks, we're not idiots. There's some self-awareness to when we say that. Like, I suck, right? I would suck. They suck at the level that they're at, right? I mean, but they don't suck. Like, if you line up with one of these guys, they're probably going to bury you. There's no competition to that. So when I say they suck, I don't necessarily mean I don't mean, not necessarily, I don't mean they suck. They're obviously talented. But with that being said, the Browns, man, this is one thing that scares me about the Browns. And I'm glad they ended up pulling away there at the end and won by 10, right? But the spread was at 13.5. Same thing with the Bucs. The Bucs kept it close. They kept it's like they would pull the lead, get bored, they'd come back. The Falcons would come back. Same thing with the Browns. It's like, why keep it close? Just put this. These are the games that you need to prepare yourself for the playoffs, because in the playoffs, when you gain a lead, I mean, we've seen it year after year. Teams will get a lead on the Chiefs and then blow it because they get conservative. This is when you need to start practicing that. And I'm going to stress this on the Browns the most because I want them to succeed. I want them to be good. The takes that I have on Baker, the ass kissing that I have on Baker, the shade that I throw at people whenever they shit on Baker, I want to put I want to put a little crown on my head when Baker does it. That's why. And the Browns have to step on the throats of these motherfuckers and shut them out. Close the game out. No chances, no opportunities. I get that they're professionals. I get that they're great. But step on the throats and take them out, Cleveland. Because what's going to happen is the same thing that happened last year, okay? You're going to have a lead, and you're not going to be able to close it out unless you prepare yourself for those moments. And you're preparing yourself for Kansas City. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are all preparing ourselves for Kansas City and Tampa Bay. If you don't believe that, you're a fucking idiot and you're delusional. The only other team that can really compete on that side of on the AFC with Kansas City at this moment, you would think Buffalo and Cleveland, right? Because defensively, they match up pretty well. And, well, Cleveland, I think, matches up better because they can pound the rock and time management. It's all going to come down to Baker Mayfield. But Cleveland, don't flirt with it, baby. Let's just shut them out. Let's just shut them out. Bark, bite, kill. Damn it, man. Damn it. Cleveland makes me nervous. I just want them to be good. It's tough. It's tough, man. But the one thing that I love, the fact that they were running the ball. The O-line looked good. Baker had a couple mistakes in there that can get cleaned up. They lost Jarvis Landry. That's gonna be tough. And they don't have Odell, but Odell's supposed to be coming back next week. I'm looking forward to that. The one thing about the Browns, though, when Odell comes back, look, if they're forcing the ball to him, I'm not gonna be that excited. If I'm a Browns fan, I'm gonna be nervous if we're forcing the ball to Odell, because what makes this offense work right now is the fact that they're running it and Baker's taking what the defense gives them. And that's what we need. We don't need you to force it. We don't need you to go win us a game, okay? Let's let Chubb and Kareem Hunt go ahead and do that for us. Manage the game. Be a 42-year-old Tom Brady. Manage the game and then to deliver a couple throws that you need to deliver. That's it. That's all we need from you. That's all we need from you, Baker. That's all we need from you. All right, let's go. Denver looks solid. Denver looked good. Teddy Bridgewater, okay. It might be time for – I mean, Urban Meyer's got to hate the NFL right now, right? He's like, fuck, I got to go back to college. Tuition's expensive, though, so he might not be wanting to go back that route, huh? All right, let's go. Buffalo completely shut out Miami Dolphins. 2 is out. God damn, man. Dolphins are so inconsistent. I don't even – what a fucking joke. What a joke, man. What a joke. That defense is pretty decent, pretty solid, pretty good, but that offense can't seem to figure out. The rumors are going to start coming up. Deshaun Watson trades. Tua is not our guy. Are they going to draft a quarterback this upcoming season? Is Tua good enough? Is he injury prone? All the questions are going to come towards Miami. So I hope B-Flow is ready because the questions are coming. I don't even know who their backup is. So it's not going to look good for Miami going forward, especially if Tua can't come back. I believe it's a rib injury. Tony Romo would have gotten back in there and started slinging that rock and probably won him the game. New England, Mac Jones pull a win over the New York Jets. Zach Wilson's not looking that great. Tony Romo might be taking back his comments and comparing him to he might be a potential touching of Patrick Mahomes, but he also said that about Justin Herbert yesterday. So, Tony, let's chill out when we're throwing all these comments about who is going to be the next coming of Patrick Mahomes. Let's fucking relax, man. There's only very few people that can do that. And there's situations that, Patrick Mahomes almost put in a perfect situation. So, fucking chill for a second. Let's go. San Francisco against the Eagles. I watched most of this game, but not a lot of it. But Philly, from what I did notice, is Philly's got a good defense. Okay. So me, Cowboy fan, and all you other Cowboy fans, let's fucking chill just a second, okay? Because this defense is pretty good. They did lose one of the best players in Graham there. So that's going to help out a little bit for Dallas. But still, that defense is rocking, man. That defense is pretty good. They were holding San Francisco for a while there, and then San Francisco scored. They still kept it a good game. But the one thing in Philly, okay, 500% up in sales with the Jalen Hurts jerseys. I said yesterday, let's fucking relax. Let's chill out. We don't need to overreact. Okay, you don't need to go buy all his jerseys because now everybody's returning them. All Philly fans are, they're on that Fanatics.com. They're trying to get their receipt. They're pissed off because their wife threw away the bag that the receipt was in, or their girlfriend. And they're like, dude, what the fuck? And then the girlfriend of the wife's like, dude, I threw it in the dumpster. Go get it. He's like, no, I got to turn in the jersey right now or else I'm not going to get my refund. So, there's a lot of pissed off people, right? Jalen Hurts, you got to put a fat question mark. Even though sales went up, there's still a fat question mark on the guy. But the defense is good enough to win them some games. Can they get it done? Who knows? You can't put up 10 or 11 points and expect to win games, especially against elite offenses, if you know what I'm saying. So go ahead, go to the dumpster, go get the bag that your girl threw away with the receipt on it and send it back to Fanatics.com and then keep it moving. Either get another jersey or keep it moving, right? All right, so, hey, San Francisco's looking good, man. Yesterday I said on the show, San Francisco might be – Trey Lance might be in a situation similar to Patrick Mahomes. As soon as it's shifted over from Jimmy to Trey Lance, but Jimmy's looking good. And if I'm San Francisco, I'm stoked. I'm fucking pumped, dude. Jimmy G is playing well. It took him a little bit to get it rolling, but he got it rolling. And he's looking good. He's not doing more than he needs to. He's just doing enough, which is perfect because I guarantee you John Lynch is sitting back there like, oh, baby, keep playing because I'm trading your ass. And I'm sure he's probably told him, you might get traded, but Jimmy, keep playing, baby, because I'm going to trade you. You're going to be more valuable. I'm going to get back more for you. Keep playing. That's got to suck, though, right? You're going to get traded. But you're balling out. So you're like, I might not get traded, but low key, it's like, I'm going to get traded. The better I play. I guess he's playing for money at this point, though, right? Because this after this year, he's more than likely done with San Francisco. At least I think. Maybe I'm an idiot. San Francisco fans, help me out here. Am I an idiot? Maybe. But San Francisco is 2-0, moving on to week 3, potentially going to be 3-0. I like the way San Francisco looks, man. I like the way they look. The defense is slowly but surely getting there. I know they lost their best cornerback, but they did get Josh Norman out there, so let's see how that goes. Raiders, Pittsburgh. God dang, man. Yesterday I said, are the Raiders an A team? It's hard to say they're not. Especially after 2 big wins for them. They took out Pittsburgh yesterday, right? And then they took out Baltimore. 2 fucking solid teams and probably one of the most elite divisions in the league. That's going to be rough. That's rough. You got to give them credit. The one thing that we all know is that offense is good. I didn't expect them to be that good though, especially yesterday, given that Josh Jacobs was out, and I think that's their best player in my opinion. Or Waller. You can make the argument for the 2, but even then, you still need the running game, right? Josh Jacob helps the passing game open up, and he's also good off the backfield. So, but is this team elite? Okay, is this team elite? It's to be determined, because when I was watching this game, when you look at the other side of the ball, and I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm not trying to find a way to discredit the Raiders. I'm not. I'm giving them their credit, man. Cheers to them. Perfect. 2-0. Do your thing. I like the way the offense is moving. That offense just can't get stagnant, because the one thing we know about the Raiders is they start off super hot, and then here about 5, 6, 7, week 8, we see and somehow they miss the fucking playoffs. Doesn't make sense. But Pittsburgh, we saw it in week 1. Not very much scoring on offense. The offense isn't really moving. And one thing is, and I don't know if I'm looking for criticism when I'm watching them play, but Big Ben, it's kind of like Drew Brees to Jameis Winston type thing. Like, now you see where the deep passes are coming from, and you were missing that with Drew Brees. It seems like Big Ben just can't get it out there. There was a couple plays. I know one was to not Juju. Damn, I just forgot his name. Dude from Notre Dame. Had him wide open, deep. Had the cornerback beat, and he just threw it short. I wonder if that's the shoulder. I wonder if he's not full. Is he ever going to get the full shoulder back? Is he too old? Is the body finally giving out? That's the one thing that worries me if I'm a Steelers fan, is when is Ben going to break? It's like when you have a car, right? And you never fucking do an oil change. You only do it every so often. You let that light just kind of keep flickering, and it goes out because you hit a bump. So like, you don't really know if your car's messing up. But then you finally get the oil change, right? And you're like, oh, I'm set. My car's good for like the next year or 2, right? And then boom, that bitch is broken. You're about to go to work in the morning. You got your coffee. You're set, man. You woke up, brushed your teeth, had a good morning. You're chilling, had a good shower. You feel good, got a new haircut, all that good stuff. And then you go to turn on your car, and it's like, you're like, fuck that. Oh, you knew that shit was going to give up, but you're still mad because it gave out. You're like, why today? But it's like, yo, dumbass, you knew your car was going to break eventually. You got to keep up with the oil changes, bro. It's your fault, and that's kind of what Pittsburgh's doing. We're just kind of waiting, right? We're just kind of waiting. When is Dwayne Haskins going to come in? When is this body going to give out? And you're just like, I hope it doesn't. Fingers crossed. But Pitt, I didn't like the way that offense looked, man. That offense looked, it just doesn't. There's no rhythm yet. And when are they going to catch rhythm? That's what I'm waiting for. So Pitt, come on, man. The offense got to get together, because that defense can only do so much. And you can only guard for so long. And then TJ Watt is out. That probably hurt them too. It seems like a groin. I pulled the groin before. That's a couple weeks from what I think. But these are also professional athletes. These are also the top of the top, the creme of the creme, right? These are the fucking guys. These guys can play basketball. These guys can swim. These guys can run track. These are the best of the best athletes. With medicine now, Carson Wentz had a fucking surgery on his leg, and he was back in 2 weeks. So you never know. All right, man, let's go. This is taking longer than usual. The Minnesota Vikings dropped the ball. The Arizona Cardinals didn't cover. But let me just hit y'all with this real quick. This is what we have.
Cheers and bet.
Fucking beat. It's like, cheers and bet, man. Yeah, cheers and bet. My bets went 4-1 yesterday. I hit the Titans bet at +6.5. I hit the Niners bet at -3, which I also did a live bet of $50 on the 49ers when they were down 3-0. I got them at +110, $50, won me $55. I loved it. That was 2 of them. My only L, so I was 4-1, right? And then my L was Arizona not covering. And most of the time, like, whenever you don't cover, or when you know a team isn't going to cover, kind of similar to yesterday, it's like you want them to fucking – it's like, if I'm not going to cover, then you deserve to lose. And that's where I was yesterday. So when Minnesota was kicking that field goal to win, in my head, I'm thinking in my head, I'm saying, all right, Minnesota needs to make this because Arizona's not going to cover, so I'm not going to win my bet anyways. So fuck them for taking my money or giving my money away, right? This is how bettors feel. It's like, fuck them. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. How dare you not cover? Especially in a game you probably should have. You couldn't stop the goddamn running game, but you stopped it the week before. Dalvin Cook was completely tearing your ass up. We're making Kirk Cousins look like an all-pro. This should have been a gimme. A gimme. But this is what Arizona is. This is who Arizona is. And they're going to be this going forward. And this is why a lot of people jump off the Arizona train, and we're not sold yet on whether or not they are going to take complete control of this division. They got the talent. They're just not consistent. When is the consistency going to come from Arizona? We saw it the year before that. I mean, since Kyler Murray's came in the league, we have not seen consistency. Did they win? Yes, give them the credit. But these are the games where I feel like they just need to take over. They just need to take over and show out, ball out. You can't come off of a game that they had the week before and then not show up the next week. This should have been easy win. I get it was 30. I get the points were high. It was in the 30s, won by a point. I get it. But there's no way it should have been like that. There's no way it should have been like that. I mean, and give it up to Minnesota's being scrappers, doing their thing. I'm sure JB was so hurt. He texted me at the very beginning of the game and said, this Arizona team is not going to be able to handle us. And I said, hey, bro, let's relax. It's just the start of the game because they scored so quick, right? I was like, just chill, man. Don't count your eggs before they hatch. My guy, JB, was pumped. He's like, dude, they're not going to stop us. Here we go. And I'm like, dude, just fucking chill. This is all through text, so I really don't know what his reaction was. But knowing JB, he's like, dude, they're not going to fucking guard us. Not today. Like, you know JB. So the amount, I bet this is JB, right? He's probably holding his football in front of his TV as he's watching the field go. He was sitting down at first, right? And then he pushes it back and he's like, we're about to go 1-1. I told Rene on the show this morning, I said Arizona can't handle us because we're going to give the rock to Dalvin Cook. He's going to ball out. I fucking told Rene. I told him, don't bet that. I told him we're going to come. And then he sits down, right, because he's getting a little more nervous. The kick's taking longer than it should have. So he sits down. He's kind of like this. He's hugging the ball like a baby because in his head, he's already anticipating them making it. So he's already thinking about how he's going to react to this win, right? So he's like, I know he's breathing hard. You know he's breathing hard. Fuck! Every time! That was John Borba. That was JB last night. You got to know that was JB. That was JB, man. I'm sorry, JB. That sucks, bro. I hope you guys win the next week because the show is better if you guys are winning. All right, the last thing I want to talk about, man, the Tennessee and the Seahawks. Oh, that game was crazy last night. Sunday Night Football game, man. That was great. That was a beautiful game. Lamar Jackson needs help, though. Lamar Jackson needs help. And we've said this over and over and over again. Lamar Jackson needs help. I mean, like I love that he's running. He's gonna win. He's gonna win you games. Lamar Jackson's gonna win you games himself. He's that good. But I just don't think that Sam Watkins being your best receiver or Brown being your best receiver is gonna get it done. They need help. Lamar needs help. We've been saying this for 2 years now. So when the hell is Baltimore gonna go get him some help? Give up a first, give up 2 firsts. You need something. If you have a window right now to make a run at the Super Bowl and they're not taking advantage of it, it doesn't make sense. But does nobody want to go to Baltimore because of Lamar Jackson? Who knows? Who knows? And it's such a fucking joke for Baltimore. I feel so bad for them because if I'm their fans, like the fans fucking know when they win, they're like, I mean, you got to be pumped, right? Because your team wins. But at the same time, it's like, what's going to happen when the game gets slower? What's going to happen when there's fewer possessions? What's going to happen when the window's tighter? And that's the playoffs. And we have yet to see that from Baltimore. Kansas City, Kansas City was driving and looked like they were going to go down and win the game by a field goal and whatnot. But They fumble it. Okay, that's Kansas City making a mistake. That's okay. And finally, Patrick Mahomes gets an interception off of one of his bad passes. One of those bad passes, right? If it's any other quarterback, we're like, holy shit, he shouldn't have done that, right? But since it's Patrick Mahomes, we're like, oh man, that. But if it would have been complete, that's what we think about Patrick Mahomes, right? We put him on that pedestal. But with Lamar Jackson, we got to get him some fucking help. But I love the balls from Jim Harbaugh to give his quarterback the option to either win the game or lose it. Because I guarantee you, if that ball gets back in Patrick Mahomes' hands, they'll probably win that game. You don't give that guy a second chance. So the balls from Lamar Jackson, if there's a game ball that I would give out, I would give it to fucking Lamar Jackson. I would give it to Lamar Jackson this week. Lamar Jackson gets the game ball because of the fucking cojones this guy had yesterday on Sunday night on live TV in front of the world. The only game on. This guy grew the balls, had the cojones to say, give me the fucking rock. I'm going to win this game. Shout out Lamar Jackson. And this, guys, one more thing. Right after this, Seahawks Titans.
Isabel Vargas from Tate Branch Roswell, sales manager.
Hi, Lico Renteria, Tate Branch Roswell, finance manager.
Hi, we just want to let you know that right now is the best time to trade in your vehicle. We're giving top dollar for your trade. And if you're not able to find the right vehicle, that is not the problem here for the Tate Branch Auto Group.
It's not the problem for them, baby. They can get you in whatever vehicle you need. Contact them now, 575-755-2279, or visit their website, TateBranchRoswellNewMexico.com, to view their full inventory. All right, last one before I get off this damn thing. Tennessee going over to Seattle. Tennessee was down, came back. Seattle looked great. I mean, Seattle's got the deep ball down. They got the deep ball down. They got it down. But, I mean, it's Seattle, man. Seattle. It's Seattle. The offensive line still looks wishy-washy. Russ, I think, and really, they don't look terrible. Granted, the Titans don't really have that great of a pass rush, so we expect this to be a shootout. But I really didn't, because I thought Seattle's defense was much more improved. So I was a little shocked on this. I figured they would cover, but I figured it was going to be more of like a 24-21 type game. But I loved it. Offensively, this game was awesome, man. But the one thing about the Titans, Ryan Tannehill, he's trying too hard. And I don't know if it's because they have a new offensive coordinator and the way the plays are being designed. But let's go ahead and give the king the rock. Okay, let's go ahead and give the king the rock, and let's keep doing what we did the year before and the year after that. I mean, the year before that. You know, there's a reason that he was an MVP candidate. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, give Derrick Henry the fucking rock, yeah. Guys, this is Speaking Out Loud, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me on this Overreaction Monday from Speaking Out Loud. I'll catch y'all again later on this week. We'll go over some more shit. Do the Packers win today? Of course. No doubt. Do I bet the spread? Probably not, because these are professional athletes. Remember that. But look for prop bets. That's what I will do. And I'll post them on Instagram so that way you guys know right now your boy's riding hot, right? I'm excited. I'm pumped. My betting 4-1. Let's go. Why not make it 5-1 or 6-1? See, that's the problem with betting, because once you get excited, you don't walk away, you fucking lose it all. But not on this show, not on Speaking Out Loud, not on Monday, not on Renee's Rant Day. It's the fucking Speaking Out Loud. Let's go, Cowboys. Y'all have a good day, man.